So I'm at Legal Tech New York, and I'm here with David Rownd. He's a partner at Thompson Coburn. And David and I had a past working on cases involving trade secret theft and misappropriation. And I just asked him to come here today and share a little bit about his experience using computer forensics and what role that's played in cases and helping them to get good results for his clients.
Well, computer forensics can be an amazing tool, particularly in a trade secret misappropriation case where a departing employee takes valuable company information. Often, almost all of the information that is relevant to a company's business is stored on the computer. And the most common situation that you see is where the employee mistakenly believes that no one will catch him if he just emails stuff to a personal account. And that is, at this point, a well-worn trick, but it still happens. And most employees, what they are doing is they see that they are going to pursue another option and they want to use information that belongs to the company, so they do what they can to obtain that information. And they may realize that it's traceable, but they may not. But what they probably don't realize is the extent to which it really is traceable, and that every little move can be captured with a forensics expert such as me.
Thank you. So are there any recommendations you'd have to clients that have an employee that leave that might have sensitive client data and trade secrets? What would you advise those clients to do?
You mean before they leave or after they leave?
They find out their head of sales and marketing leaves and goes to a competitor. How would you advise that client if they called you up and said, Dave, what should we do? We're concerned that this person took stuff.
Well, first of all, any computerized data, if there was a desktop computer that employee worked at, you should immediately evaluate the desktop computer to see if, in fact, any data has been moved or transferred in any way. And there are a variety of different ways that it can be done, and you know better than I do all of those different ways to identify the potential use of data. There's also the issue about what information may be on your iPhone or a handheld device. I mean, those are more and more becoming part of the way business gets conducted, especially in terms of sales. These salespeople are on the road, they're communicating with customers by text, by email, and if being able to trace the activity that went on personal handheld devices is obviously an important thing to do as well, and to try to get a grip on, okay, what exactly did this person do prior to leaving?
And now, have you ever had a company call you up where they hired this person who left and took stuff?
Oh, that happens all the time. I mean, the typical scenario is, in a lawsuit such as this, is that the departing employee and the new employer are both named as defendants, and the new employer can be potentially aiding and abetting the misappropriation of information. They can be tortiously interfering with agreements that the departing employee had with his prior employer. And one of the things we didn't talk about is what sort of agreements are these employees operating under. A good prevention measure is obviously to have an employment agreement with people who are going to have sensitive proprietary information, where they acknowledge that the information is confidential and that it's proprietary and that it's valuable.
Great. And just to add, Dave, one of the most important things before, if an employee is leaving, you want to make a forensic image as soon as possible, done in an appropriate manner so that the data doesn't get altered. That can introduce chain of custody attacks and other allegations.
Correct. And the quicker that's done and the more process-oriented the way that it's done, the better, because you're going to want to ultimately demonstrate to a court that this is reliable, and that's the key. And so if you can show that it was done almost contemporaneously, and if you can show a step-by-step process by which this mirror image was created, so that a court can look at that data and say, yes, this is in fact what was in existence at that time.
Yeah, and can you tell us what other type of case matters you work on to help your clients? Just a little bit more to our viewers about your practice?
Well, my practice is I am a business litigator is the generic term, but that can mean a lot of different things. I've done a lot of trade secret misappropriation in the past, in these cases with the departing employee who goes to a new employer. I've been on all sides of those cases in the past, and a lot of my work is business to business litigation where it's centered around some sort of business arrangement, usually documented by a contract, but there can be other issues which are extraneous. And in your typical straight up litigation matter today, the importance of electronically stored information is significant because that's the way we do business now.